I am thrilled because I have Elizabeth Dykes here with me. She's 60 years old. She lives in Nolensville, Tennessee. She's an account manager and she is graduating my 10-week program. She's been eating optionally for about 11 weeks now. She's at just ended her 11th week of eating optionally. Thank you so much for being here, Elizabeth. I can't wait for you to share your story.
Hi there. Yeah, I'm happy to share.
So I would love for you to share with us, why did you schedule that first conversation with me? What was going on with your health and your weight at that time that you were not happy with?
So when I scheduled the call, I was just at my a little over my year mark from healing from a broken ankle and surgery and had been laid up for 4 months, literally with no walking. But I had been trying to lose weight on various diets, keto, paleo, Weight Watchers, but the scale never moved. I have a thyroid issue, so I knew that that would be difficult anyway. Um, my cholesterol numbers were a little bit high, but nothing too scary. I had dealt with blood pressure issues in the past, but I was more fearful of things to come that are existing in my family: diabetes, cancer, dementia. And I thought, you know what? A lot of things that we read about dementia when we were dealing with my mom with her Alzheimer's talked about how diet could change those things. And then there were some other things that had caught my eye about changing your diet. And I'm like, but I'm trying and nothing's working. So I had seen something pop up with you on it, and I went through and looked at several of the videos and listening to people like Jan Bellucci, and I can't remember B, I think is someone named B, I think was one of the other ladies who were older, because I'm not young. See, I think I'm young, but like my kids are like, you're a dinosaur. But listening to them and the fact that this helped them, I thought, you know what? Let me take the call, let me see what she has to say, and maybe it's time to try something completely different than I've ever tried before.
And I'm
Because
so
I was feeling hopeless, I'll be honest. So
appreciate your honesty always. And I'm so glad that amongst feeling hopeless, that you still decided to talk and just, okay, let's see what she has to say. And were you concerned about your weight at the same time that you were concerned about your health and preventing chronic diseases moving forward?
yeah, I had never been that heavy in my life. I used to be an athlete when I was younger. So to see a number creeping up on 300 was very frightening to me because I think it was 291 when we started, I think.
Hmm.
So yeah, that was very concerning. And I also like to ride on the back of my boyfriend's motorcycle, and between his weight and my weight, that was not going to be possible.
Mm. So you're at the highest weight that you had been, just coming off of an injury also, which made you immobile. And I know that there was, did you have pain in your body too that was making exercise
Oh,
harder? And
yeah. I mean, I couldn't really get around very well. I was limping a lot. I had a lot of inflammation. My ankle hurt, my back hurt. I had had shoulder surgery the year before, and so sometimes that was still hurting me. I just wasn't able to do things the way that I used to, and it was frustrating for me.
so diets weren't working, Atkins, carnivore, keto, Weight Watchers, and then at the same time, your body's just not in the position to be able to exercise because of previous injuries and then pain and
Mhm.
mobility issues. So I'm really glad you spoke. You decided to take the leap
I
and
did.
work with me. Congratulations for eating optimally for 2.5 months now. That's a massive win in and of itself. But I would love for you to share, what have you accomplished for your health and yourself since being here? Did you lose weight? Because I know that that was really challenging in the past with the other diets. It wasn't happening.
I lost more weight than I anticipated because you had warned me with my thyroid issue that it might be difficult. But at my lowest, I lost 21 pounds. I'm up a pound or two right now, but 21 pounds. But very early on, like within a week or 2 weeks, some of the inflammation went away. Clothes were fitting better. I can remember, I think it was 4 weeks in, I was walking down the stairs and I realized, hey, this doesn't hurt. Like I was able to do it easily and not be hesitant. And it just kind of dawned on me. And then a few weeks later, I was getting in and out of the car, and that wasn't a challenge any longer. And like now, I'm not limping anymore at all. And I'm able to kind of start upping my activity level. So I'm very happy with that.
All of this makes me so happy. And that's one thing that I love personally about myself eating optimally and helping my clients with is the food is so therapeutic and anti-inflammatory in and of itself that your body starts, let me know if you agree with this, that your body starts to feel better faster than the rate of weight loss, even though the weight loss is real and is happening every week. So does that increase your confidence, your excitement to keep eating optimally because it's working, but it's not just working for weight loss, it's working for the aches and the pain and my energy and my stamina. Tell me about that
Oh,
experience for you.
yeah. I was shocked because you said, oh, you might notice things sooner than the needle will move. And like I said, it was kind of shocking to me that I'm like, hey, wait a minute, this isn't hurting anymore. And I'm able to, like, even my balance, which has been challenging and which they told me would be challenging, has come back. Last night I was doing balance exercises and I was like, I can almost do 30 seconds now. And where before doing five was a huge challenge. And like I said, within the first 2 weeks, some of those changes happened. And I was like, okay. And I said, I was fearful because when you said whole plant-based foods, I said my brain, I was hearing whole foods, not the plant-based part, until we got into our discussion about the meal plan. And then I kind of was like, because I'm such a carnivore, or I was, I should say, such a carnivore. But as I've started eating the food and getting books out of the library that you had suggested for people to check out for recipes and just jumping in with both feet because I literally the day 2 days after I started, my daughter was here and I said, okay, take the butter, I emptied my refrigerator and gave her everything because she just moved into an apartment with her boyfriend. I said, take all of, she goes, really? And I'm like, absolutely. I need it out of here. So that I wouldn't be tempted.
Mm-hmm. So you, I want to backtrack a little and bring us back to where we were just talking is that one, it how effective this was for your whole health like shocked you and you lost more weight than you thought you were going to. It helped with the aches and pains faster than you thought it was going to. And for the person watching this, I want them to know that again, the food is so therapeutic in and of itself and very anti-inflammatory that even though Elizabeth was losing an average of 1 to 3 pounds per week, despite having a thyroid diagnosis, which does make weight loss tend to make weight loss slower, and it's not possible. It's just a little bit slower. You'll still get there. It just might take a few more months than someone who doesn't have one. And then when you get there, you got to stay there anyway. So it was the food's very anti-inflammatory, very therapeutic, so you get to achieve and feel these other health improvements very quickly, which enables you to build confidence, help you keep going, it helps you move your body more and really get you out of that hopeless space you were at. Do you agree with that?
Yeah. I mean, it definitely made me more hopeful. And also, like the group calls and talking to other people and hearing that they had the same fears that I did
Mhm.
was extremely helpful.
Good.
And also, by not having the pain, I was able to do more, like in terms of my exercise, walking more. Just,
Which
even just walking more was a huge win for me in the beginning.
which is exactly why people want to improve their health to begin with, because all my clients being in their 60s, 70s, and 80s, for them, they feel like they're not living anymore and they can't move and they can't do things. So to so quickly be able to do that, and the point that I wanted to make that I wasn't before is it wasn't just the weight loss, it's the food that's doing that. But then it came time to like give you a heads up, okay, you don't have to completely eliminate animal products, but in order for you to achieve these goals without counting calories, without counting anything, weighing or measuring and without having to buy products like Nutrisystem and or
Mhm.
without having to do shots like Wegovy and all that stuff, which doesn't like work long term, and it's not as effective as this anyway, not just for weight loss, but for all of your health, in order to get what you want without having to do that like diet trap stuff, that we need to get you eating whole plant foods about 90-ish% of the time. There's some plant foods that you also have to avoid just because it's a plant doesn't make it a qualifier either.
Yeah.
And that you wouldn't have to fully eliminate animal products, but the ratio needed to change. And you're still eating animal products now, but I know hearing that, like you said, when we're
Oh,
talking now, that like that was scary for you. What made it possible for you to keep the faith and keep moving forward and try this anyway, despite that fear?
um, well, they say if nothing changes, nothing changes.
Mhm.
And so I thought, you said commit for 2 weeks. Don't eat any animal products for 2 weeks. Can you do that? And I was like, I think so. And I did. And I think because you had the recipes there for me to try, like I like to cook. So, and then I also was at a point, I came in right before the holidays. So there was a lot of going out to eat and restaurants and things
I need
going
to
on.
pause you right there to remind myself and you how amazing and awesome it is. You achieved all these goals we talked about, and you signed up before Christmas and the holidays. You did this during the holiday season. So,
Yeah.
congratulations. That is awesome because if you can do it then, you can do it anytime. I think it is so smart to get help when things are harder. The holidays are the hardest time of year. Then you have support for how do I handle that? It's gonna be a lot easier to handle the easy stuff when you know how to handle the hard stuff. So I really commend you for getting help and support during the holiday season and not saying, "Oh, I'll wait." Because you would have dug the hole would have dug itself deeper then.
I was just ready. I
Yeah.
was ready to make a change. And like I said, seeing the videos, talking with the ladies, knowing that I had access to you if I had like I was going out to a restaurant and I'm like, I don't even know I hadn't chosen the restaurant. And so you're like, send me the restaurant. I'll help you.
Mhm.
And knowing that I had that help gave me more confidence to know, okay, moving forward, I can look at a menu, I can pick and choose. It's okay if I don't have an entree. If I have a sweet potato with steamed broccoli and cauliflower, that can be my meal and that's okay. And sometimes that's what I do. But now I also have the tools like the happycow.net to find restaurants that are more optimal or
Mhm.
have optimal options. I have the support of my boyfriend, my family.
Mhm.
My family was really surprised that like we still went out to eat and I had an optimal meal planned and we got to the restaurant and they were out of that. That was not no longer an option. So they're like, now what do you do? And I said, well, I have to pick the next best thing. And so I made choices based on the different vegetables and stuff, and had a mostly optimal meal. And
Yeah, I think one thing that I love is perfection is not required here.
yeah,
And no one eats exceptionally perfect as their eating plan says, especially in the beginning or during their time here. And it waxes and it wanes, but amongst not being perfect, because you don't have to be, we move the needle enough that you still got results while you're learning, while you're the deeper you got into it, the more excited you were to eat more optimal, right? So there was
yeah,
less optimal stuff more in the beginning. You're still eating animal products every week, but it's just a limited quantity. But that's one thing that I personally love about this too is you don't need to be perfect. You understand what the nuance is. You end up liking the food more than you assume that you would. Is that your experience too?
yes. Like I was shocked that I liked that chickpea no tuna salad as much as I did. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this, but we're gonna make it. And then I tasted it, and like that's a go-to for me for lunches. I've tried quinoa, which I had not really had before, and I love that. It's another good go-to. The different, types of pastas, the chickpea pasta, the brown rice pasta. And so I'm learning to expand my culinary horizons as well, which is exciting for me. Um, and I still get to have dessert. Like I have my banana ice cream or
Every
the
day.
crispy cookie dough, and it makes me satisfied.
Yeah, and you like it.
Yeah.
I am in awe of how much you continue to pursue your goals and take action for yourself in the program. Of course, you have the support of myself, the group, Kate, my assistant, like everything here, but that you kept taking action for yourself and you kept leaning into this is the goal that I have. You leaned into faith despite the fear and the unknown. Are you glad that you did that?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Because I feel so much better in my own body.
Yeah.
And I'm capable of doing more now than I could before. Like I feel younger.
Yeah, I feel younger. You the results you got exceeded your expectation. That makes
100%.
me really happy. And are you confident you can continue to go do this on your own?
I am. I mean, I still have the tools available to me. I still have, the note, all the notes I took along the way. And I'm a person who like I make myself things so that I know I can do things. So like I take measurements because
Mhm.
I've been in other programs like Beachbody and things like that. And so we like you do Win Wednesday. They used to do no scale victories.
Mhm.
And so I've always done measurements, my chest, my waist, my hips,
Right.
butt, arm size. And like I've lost a ton of inches. I mean, I've gone down to pant size and, almost two now. Um, so those are huge things for me. And that's a weekly thing I've always done. I've been
I
doing it
love
for
that.
years.
Assessing your progress helps you keep going towards your goals. And everyone comes to me wanting so much more than just a number on the scale, and that's just one measurement. So I love that's such a good, healthy habit that I want you can to continue for yourself. Absolutely. Elizabeth, it has been such a joy to have you here. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations, and thank you so much for sharing your story. I appreciate it.
Thank you for all the help. I have enjoyed it thoroughly.
My pleasure.